Well, hello and welcome to ILoveGay today. And we are here with Elise Lindborg from Brand Pride. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you, Matt?
Great. That is so typical you. Every time I see you at an NGLCC or Out and Equal event, you're always such high energy and everybody. I love hanging out with you at these things.
I love life. It's fun. There's so much
Hmm.
opportunity and fun out there, and especially now, that the
Yeah,
pandemic's starting to maybe end. I
yeah,
don't know. It's just nice to know that there's hope that we can get to meet and see people in person.
yeah. I think the key word is hope. Everybody's starting
Yep,
to feel a much stronger sense of hope, and that things really have turned around and around that corner, and we have good things to look forward to this summer.
absolutely.
But speaking of summer, because when I've known you, I've always known you as kind of an LGBT business leader out of Seattle, and I've spent time with you up there. But you've moved down from Seattle down to the heat in Las Vegas.
I know it's Kelly and I, my wife, we spent 25 years in Seattle,
Yeah,
and the summers are absolutely gorgeous, but the winters start to get a little rainy and wet and dismal. And it was a 5-year journey to
yeah,
land on Las Vegas. We looked at Southern California,
yeah,
way too expensive. Um, Arizona, kind of sleepy and a little
yeah,
too red for us.
yeah,
And then we've always said that we hated Las Vegas. But the more we looked into it,
yeah,
we're like, oh my God, the cost of living is way less expensive.
yeah.
They don't tax your retirement income. You've got big entertainment, you've got little entertainment, you got restaurants, you've
Yeah.
got national parks. And we're like, Vegas it is. And so here we are, and we love it.
I love hearing that. Not everybody, everybody just knows it for coming in for a few days, gaming and bouncing in and out. And so I have spent time there since I'm from LA, and so I've been there many times. And yeah, it's always been kind of mixed. But you're right. There's a whole different world when it comes to living there, especially in some of the more suburban areas of Vegas, and it's
Yeah.
quite gorgeous.
Yeah, we're about 25 minutes northwest of the strip, near
Okay.
the Red Rock Canyon, and we're nestled right up against the San Madre Mountains. So
Wow. Wow.
we had a road runner go screaming through our backyard last night, and then we have a resident bobcat, um, sometimes mountain lions,
Wow.
coyotes,
Wow.
and crickets.
I love this. Well, yeah, focusing, running back on the business, so we don't. Otherwise, people think we're just here having a
I
good
know,
old
chit
time this
chatting.
day. I know, but no, just tell us a little bit about your company, because I've known that. I mean, I would just say you. It's almost like you touch on and do all things related to pride.
We do. So we celebrate 21 years in business this year. And previously, we were known as Zippy Dogs, your brand companion.
Yep.
And it was in 2018, and you were with us. We went to the Out and Equal Summit
Yeah.
in, I forget, was it Seattle? Yeah, it
Yep.
was Seattle.
Yeah.
um, and we had a booth there, and it was all about pride. And we just wanted to introduce ourselves to the Out and Equal folks.
Yeah.
And in order, of course, we're a branded merchandise company. So of course we had really awesome gifts like t-shirts and the drag queen clack fans. And
Yep.
in order to get one of those prizes, um, the people who came up to our booth had to fill out a form, and it was their name, company, email address, and then one question.
Yeah.
And the question was, do you use LGBT vendors for pride?
Yeah.
And we surveyed about 1,500 attendees. And when we tallied up all of the results, we were horrified.
Yeah.
We saw that less than 6% of these companies that we surveyed used LGBT vendors for pride. So we knew we were onto something. And
Yeah.
after 20 years, we decided to change our name to Brand Pride.
Yeah.
And our sole focus was getting all of these Fortune 500 companies to spend intentionally and walk the talk, and not just slap a rainbow on something, but buy from LGBTQ vendors like Brand Pride. So it's it's not just about celebrating pride, it's also economic inclusion.
Yeah.
So now we're brand pride and we love it. We're all gay all day.
I just remember you're also underselling. It must be your Montana roots. Makes you a little bit more, like reserved on all that. But I will say, number one, your booth was probably the most exciting and fun booth at the Out and Equal convention there. You guys had a line wrapped around other booths for people because you had the spinning wheel for folks to win prizes. You had the glitter lounge. There was unicorns and photography everywhere. It was
Yeah.
fun.
We had a blast, it was so funny because all of the other Fortune 500 companies, not that we're a Fortune 500 companies, but they had these massive booths, just like $200,000 booths. And then here's this scrappy little company called Brand Pride.
Yeah.
We had the unicorns and the glitter, and they just flocked to us, and it was awesome. It was at that conference too. We got a shout out from Disney,
Okay.
and because they were doing a keynote,
Yeah.
and it was a question and answer session, and somebody said, how can you give us some ideas on marketing? How do you market your company? And the woman that was speaking, she goes, have you seen the Brad Pride booth? She goes, go talk to them. And I'm like, oh my God. It was really fun and really eye-opening, and I loved it. So
Well, it seems like the best part, though, is exactly what you had said, which is asking just one single question, and it made people think, and made these companies think, and Disney, and all the rest. And I've seen you take that message out there and onto the road with NGLCC and some of the other conferences to just ask that question: Are you, to make them aware that there are options for them.
yeah, we totally did that. We specifically started aggressively after that conference, aggressively targeting many Fortune 500 companies, and many doors got shut, saying, well, we have a exclusive contract with such and such. And I'm like, oh, an exclusive contract with Staples, one of the largest non-gay owned companies in the world.
Yeah.
And I said, so does EY, and EY made an exception for us. So,
Yeah.
it was just having some of these hard conversations with these companies and trying to get to the right people
Yeah.
to say, you know what, you need to spend intentionally. And the thing is it's working.
Yeah.
In 2019, we assisted 36 Fortune 500 companies for Pride. And then in 2020, we had over 45 lined up
Wow.
to do, their t-shirts and their banners and all that stuff. And then, of course, the pandemic happened, and
Yeah.
within 6 weeks, it was a couple $1 million that went out the door. It's
Wow.
like poof.
Yeah, because
So,
your business is so specific to physical live events. Yeah,
yep,
so
yep.
yeah. But talk
But
about adapting, though, because for this year you've come out with you have something really fun, Pride in a Box, so that for all those folks that because right now we're in that transition zone. Some prides are going on, but then others are staying virtual again this year. But you've
yep,
got a product for folks that want to
we
have pride at
do.
home.
So I'm so excited to talk about it. So last year, the pandemic hit, and we came up with an idea called Pride Delivered. So we reached out to all those companies who were going to do an in-person Pride, and what we did is we curated a Pride box so they could send to their employees. And Twitter was one of the first ones that adopted it, and of course, Twitter goes all out, and it was amazing to see these boxes arrive, and then everyone was tweeting pictures of the boxes. And then I'm like, but what about the people who attend the Pride, who watch the Pride? What are they going to do? And so that's when we came up with Pride in a Box. And I have one with me. It's a it's
Oh,
this
I love, yes.
pretty box, and it's got this butterfly on top.
Yep.
Um, and then we had a focus group and tried to come up with things, what would you want to use during a pandemic? And everyone said it needs to be items that we can hang on the wall or put on the window so people outside can see it. So everything in the box is more home goods. It's a, I don't have it here with me, but when you open the box, here, so you have the box, and then when you open it, it's like this super fun explosion. So it's like, you are loved, unity, you are loved, equality, love is love.
I love that.
And then this is the inside of the box, the lid.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's been a blast. It's really taking off, and we've sold a lot of bulk orders to HelloFresh. Oh my God, who else? I can't remember, but we've sold a lot of bulk orders, and hopefully we'll see a uptick in sales in June as well.
Yep. No, I love all this. And then you even have something Pride on Demand. That's similar, right? But it's more individual.
It is. Yeah. So Pride on Demand is exactly what it is. It's print on demand. So we've developed a lot of different designs, and it's where our printers literally pick and print one item at a time. There's no inventory that has to be stored, and we are using a lot of these stores for some employee resource groups, like at I think Capital One, Experian, Nestle. So it solves a problem for these big companies who have these employee resource groups who want to put their logo on something, but they don't have a huge budget to buy a bunch of stuff and then store it and then hope it sells. So that was a print on demand was something we discovered very early in 2020. And it's just another service that we offer to our customers. And thanks to you, our Pride on Demand store is getting a lot of orders right now.
I know, that was funny because we were posting about both Pride in a Box and Pride on Demand, but I didn't think that Pride on Demand was going to get the play that.
I know. I go, hey Matt, just throw this graphic in there too and see what happens. And Kelly, she's like, why are we getting so many orders for Pride on Demand? And I'm like, Matt.
Well, we're going to keep ramping that up and make sure that we'll tweak things a bit and make sure we do more.
Awesome. I love it.
Me too. So most importantly, I'm so glad you were able to take a few moments and kind of share a bit of your story with our audience. And
yes,
I'm really looking forward to being able to reconnect in the real world here.
Yeah, well, make sure everyone goes to prideondemand.com.
Yep.
And then check out prideinabox.com. And then if you want a 10% discount, there's a spot when you check out, just enter Love Wins 21. And you'll get 10% off your order.
Excellent.
And then for the months of April, May, and June, we're donating $2 from every box to the Black and Pink organization. It's they are very involved in trying to help imprisoned or incarcerated LGBTQ folks. So we're going to send them a good chunk of change at the end of June.
Excellent. Well, it's wonderful to see you again. And again, look forward to reconnecting soon.
Likewise, and happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride to you. Take care now.